Warriors, welcome to this video. Today I want to make one thing very, very clear to you. What is that thing? That thing is that a symptom of anxiety is not the real problem. The heart palpitation, the lump in the throat feeling, the headache, the body zaps, the tingly feelings you get in your hands from time to time, those are not the problem, my friends. Let's understand something. Those symptoms, okay, are an indicator that there is a problem. Okay, this is very, very important to understand because I work with a lot of people online through Skype and they come to me and they say, Dennis, I got this symptom and it just won't go away. I just can't seem to get out of this cycle of worrying over what this symptom might mean. I'm going to doctors, I'm going to physiotherapists, I'm going to witchcraft people, I'm going to, everything. I've tried everything, Dennis, and I just can't seem to get rid of this symptom. To them I say, this symptom is a result of something that is happening or not happening energetically, mentally, and emotionally. Okay, so let's understand that these are signs that something is overloading the system. You're not getting the message. You're not learning from this because your body and your unconscious mind are one. Okay, your body and your unconscious mind are one. When you store a memory in your unconscious mind, you also store it in some part of your body that is manifesting as a symptom. This is really important to understand. So someone came to me about a week ago, and exact same situation, suffering from health anxiety, came to me and said, Dennis, I need you to help me. And I said, let's do it. And he started to explain how a symptom, when he became disassociated from one symptom, meaning he was no longer attaching the idea that he was going to die due to that symptom being there, or he was going to develop cancer or tumors or whatever it may be, he lost the fear. Therefore, he lost the pairing. He changed the pairing, okay, as far as that symptom goes. But then he said, Dennis, when one symptom goes away, another one arises. And then another one arises. And then I get to the point where I'm going through my entire day going, God, why? What's going on here? I'm wired and I'm tired and I just can't seem to break free of this cycle. An interesting thing started to happen at that moment. I started to ask him, I said, you know what? Can you remember the first instance or the first couple of instances on when this fear, this attachment started? Next thing you know, he brought me back to the ages of 8 and 9, okay? He was telling me how his dad was a very, very fearful person. As soon as he saw something in his hands or a blister or something happened, or he got a sensation, the first thing his dad would do is he was question what it would be. Is this what I think it is? Am I going to die? What's going to happen? And he started to talk to his son as if he was dying. Son, I'm dying. I've got this, this, and this. The doctors can't figure it out, but I know deep down that I don't feel good. And next thing you know, the son started to develop a habit of believing that every symptom that he had was directly related to something that was going to be catastrophic, okay? A physical ailment, terminal cancer, whatever it may be, okay? Now, an interesting thing started to happen. We went back in time with him, and he relived the whole experience. He remembered one particular day, okay, where all this happened. And he went back in time, and there he was with his dad, and his dad was going to get checked and coming up with all these, these pairings and these words and explaining things to his son and making his son more and more scared. Son, live your life now because, when you start to feel badly, that's a sign that you're really in a bad place and all that sort of stuff. So we went back in time, and in NLP we call this reframing. We went back in time and we ran the whole day from morning till night from the viewpoint of who he wanted to be. So with all this experience that he had now, because he read a lot of books on anxiety, he was very knowledgeable, he understood this stuff, but he just couldn't break free of it. So with all this knowledge, I said, you know what? Go back in time, start the morning differently, go through the entire experience throughout the day, all the way till nighttime until your head hits the pillow. So he did that. But I want you to run this day through the idea of how you wanted the day to go instead. Now that you know certain things, what kind of advice can you give to that little child when dad starts to spew all these words and all, taking all this action, going to the ER and questioning things and such? And he said, okay, Dennis, let's do that. Let's try this. So he closed his eyes and I got him into a bit of a trance-like state. And he began to imagine waking up in the morning a little differently. Okay, instead of these thoughts that he had and he was worrying about his dad and such, he said, you know what, everything's going to be just fine, and so on. And he went about the day, questioning. He was questioning what his dad was saying. He was questioning what his dad was doing. And then the son started to behave differently, not in a fearful way, but he started to begin to give advice to his dad. Okay, so remember, this is all happening in his imagination. He ran the entire day over again. And it wasn't a fearful, catastrophic, bewildering day anymore, but now he was giving advice to his dad. And all of a sudden, at the end of the day, and there's much more to the story, but this is in a nutshell, at the end of the day, he put his head against the pillow and he wasn't fearful. He was accepting and he was detaching himself from who his dad was. Although he loved his dad so much from the bottom of his heart, he understood that he did not have to accept his dad's thoughts, his dad's beliefs, his dad's actions, the types of people he hung around, the relationships he had, the career. He didn't have to be like his dad. So he reframed the whole experience. The very experience that had everything to do with how he was feeling in the present day. Think about that for a second. And then at the end of the session, I was asking him, so when you think about sensations, when you think about beliefs, when you think about your dad now, how do you feel? And he started to scratch his head and he was looking at himself. He's feeling his sensations and symptoms. And you could see he was very, very bewildered right now. He was confused because he suffered for a long time. He started to go, Dennis, I feel like a weight's been lifted off my shoulders and my body. I feel like old skin's been replaced with new skin, old programming with new programming. And I said, would you look at that? What we learned from that session was that, like I just mentioned, you hold memories in your body. You hold them in your body. Your body is a part of your unconscious mind. So when you're feeling like symptoms of anxiety are bewildering and they're hurting you and they're just holding you back from living, there is a direct memory that is directly attached to that symptom. Let's understand this, okay? If you go back in time and learn reframing and learn NLP, what's going to happen is that you can begin to alter your memories. And what we did was we reframed the whole experience that day. Therefore, we began to detach from the symptom that he was currently going over and over again. And then the next symptom and such. And he began to feel a lot better. Okay? He went from a place of being associated and, oh my goodness, symptoms are going to kill me, this and that. And he began to connect a different pairing to something that he was feeling. He was saying to himself that, oh my goodness, when I feel a symptom, that's a sign that my body is taking care of me and my mind is taking care of me. My mind and my body are looking out for my best interest. They're trying to keep me safe. Thank goodness I have this symptom. I was shocked. I said, my God, you've come such a long way. So he wasn't dealing with the symptom. He went back in time. He reframed the experiences that had everything to do with what he was feeling today in the present day. He learned the lesson from back then. And you could see that he was starting to see the whole experience from another angle. And I said, you know what, you got to summarize this. So after the whole session, he went in and he started to write down certain things that he gained from this experience, and how he was feeling now, and all that suffering, what it really meant and such. And he began to associate different things to what was happening to him. And he said, my God, Dennis, I'm starting to look at this whole anxiety thing from a whole new perspective. I said, yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. Not in an Australian accent. But so then he said, all of this anxiety was connected to me contributing and helping other people. And all of a sudden, I was bewildered. I said, my God, what do you mean by that? I said, and he said, okay, I suffered for so long, and now I have an opportunity because of this new perspective, because of this new experience that I was going through, to help people that are suffering just like I used to be. And you could see that in a moment's time, he changed the way he saw his symptom because he changed the memory that was directly connected to what he was feeling. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. And I told him at the beginning, I said, you know what? If your conscious mind, because it was severe, this was severe, he was suffering for a long time at a very high level. I said, if the conscious mind could overcome this, it probably would have by now. It probably would have by now. Okay? If you could think yourself through this, you probably would have by now. Okay? If you could motivate yourself through this, if you could diet your way through this, if you could do all those things and even sleep better, and which he did all those things, you probably would have gotten better by now. And he agreed. He said, you know what? Yes, what I'm doing isn't working. So we tapped into his unconscious, okay? And it was an incredible experience. And then everything, his whole outlook on himself, his future, and the world started to change. He shifted his perspective over everything, because when you begin to see your symptoms differently, your sensations, and what you're going through, when you begin to see what you're going through differently, it's incredible, because now you start to see life differently. So it's not only about the symptom, it's about you. It's about your memories. It's about the people around you. It's about the people that created these scared, fearful beliefs within you. That's what it's about. So my friends, what we have to do starting today is we have to understand that this symptom is a sign. This symptom of anxiety that is bewildering needs a new attachment. It needs a new pairing. It needs a new association. And I urge you to do a couple of things starting today and watch this video a few times to understand what reframing can do for you, okay, in NLP. And this is just one of the many skill sets I do when I work with people. And if it's severe, okay, at that level, we can take care of it. We really can. But we have to make sure we take care of the new memory, the new experience. We have to go back in time and relive things and see it in a different light and gain the lesson from it. And all of a sudden, everything begins to change, my friends. Okay? So let's understand that the symptom is not the problem. The beliefs are the problem. The memories are the problems. Your values are the problems. Your outlook on life and yourself is the problem. The idea that you don't believe you deserve to overcome anxiety is the problem. These are below the conscious awareness that people have, below the surface. These are unconscious, and they manifest through your habits every single day, through your routines. A lot of people with anxiety are on autopilot every single day. They're emotional. They're emotional. They jump from one thing to the other, one emotion to the other, and they just don't know what's going on. Time is passing by so quickly. So let's understand this video at a deeper level. Watch it a couple times. Share it with people that need it, my friends, and understand that you can overcome even the most severe anxiety, even the most severely debilitating symptom out there that's catastrophic and you're going through. You can overcome that, my friends, because I see it on a daily basis. But you do need someone to help you. This is important because you can't just go through a skill set and go, oh, I'm going to try that today. Oh, it didn't work. No, you can't do that. You need someone to help you to understand why this works, how it works, and then put you through this stuff. So go for it and get the right help that you need, my friends. If you need my help, go to anxietyexit.com. I work with a lot of people there through the End the Anxiety program, and get on the road to recovery. Why? Because you are more than anxiety. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you really soon.